The tea shop at the end of the world. One last cup before the end. The world was drawing to its close, not with a bang, but with a quiet, almost imperceptible whisper of fading light. On a day indistinguishable from any other in its mundane sorrow, people found themselves drawn, as if by an unseen ancient thread, to a decrepit tea house, nestled atop a small, unassuming hill. It was a place known, or perhaps only rumored, as the space where time stands still. And indeed, upon crossing its weathered threshold, each soul, burdened or light, was met not with judgment, but with an echo of their own unacknowledged wounds. It was a silent, profound confrontation with the self, orchestrated by an unknown hand, or perhaps the universe itself, in its final melancholic sigh. Some sought the elusive balm of forgiveness within those hallowed, dust-moated walls. They carried the heavy weight of unspoken words, of fractured bonds, of the painful chasm between what was and what could have been. Their eyes, though often downcast, held a flicker of desperate hope, a yearning for absolution in a world that had forgotten how to offer it. They spoke in hushed tones, their voices fragile, brittle things against the soft clinking of teacups, each word a step closer to releasing the burdens that had shackled their spirits for so long. Forgiveness, they learned, was not always a grand pronouncement from another, but often a gentle, quiet acceptance of one's own imperfect humanity, a tender mercy granted by the self to the self in the fading twilight of existence. The air, thick with the scent of various teas, Earl Grey, oolong, green tea, each with its own story to tell, seemed to absorb these confessions, these silent pleas, holding them aloft like forgotten prayers. The tea house, in its quiet dignity, became a confessional, a sanctuary, a final resting place for the echoes of human pain. And in this shared vulnerability, a strange, unspoken camaraderie bloomed amongst the strangers, a bond forged in the common crucible of impending doom. Yet, paradoxically, in the shared rediscovery of their innermost selves. What use was pretense, after all, when the final curtain was about to fall? What mattered was the raw, unvarnished truth of the heart, laid bare before a handful of fellow travelers on this terminal journey. This shared seeking of solace, of understanding, of a final peace, was woven into the very fabric of the tea house, becoming as integral a part of its existence as the ancient, creaking floorboards and the comforting warmth emanating from the hearth. It was as if the building itself, with its deep-seated history and its silent witnesses, became a living entity, absorbing the narratives, the tears, the hushed conversations, transforming them into a collective memory, a final tapestry of human experience. The tea house, in its graceful acceptance of these terminal moments, offered not just a space, but an embrace, a quiet, unwavering presence in the face of the ultimate absence. The steam, curling upwards from the spout of an aged teapot, carried with it the fleeting narratives of these desperate souls. Like the ephemeral tendrils of vapor, their conversations, their newfound understandings, their final, whispered farewells were destined to dissipate, to become nothing more than a memory, a faint echo in the cosmic void. Yet the persistent aroma of the tea, a blend of rich history and delicate nuance, lingered in the air, clinging to the wooden beams, permeating the very essence of the tea house. This scent, unlike the transient words, was eternal, an indelible mark of the lives that had briefly intersected within these walls, a testament to the enduring power of human connection. However brief, however late, it was a scent that whispered of comfort, of contemplation, of a quiet, profound acceptance. It spoke of the earth, of ancient rituals, of the simple act of brewing and sharing a warm beverage, an act that had spanned millennia and would, in these final moments, serve as a bridge between the living and the inevitable end. The aroma was a silent promise that even as the physical world crumbled, the essence of shared humanity, of empathy and understanding, would somehow persist, etched into the very fabric of existence, a fragrance carried on the final dying breeze. This lingering scent was a silent benediction, a final blessing bestowed upon those who had found their way to this improbable sanctuary. Others, perhaps more resigned or perhaps more attuned to the quiet dignity of their situation, simply sought solace in the warmth of a cup of tea. They savored the subtle bitterness, the lingering sweetness, the comforting warmth spreading through their hands, then through their bodies. A final, tangible comfort in a world shedding its tangible forms. They spoke little, their eyes often fixed on the swirling patterns within their cups, or gazing out at the desolate landscape, the quiet beauty of the world's last days. Their peace was a quiet, internal one, a profound acceptance of what was to come, found not in grand declarations, but in the simple, profound act of being, in the gentle ritual of the tea ceremony, a moment of profound presence in the face of ultimate absence. For them, the tea house was not a place of grand revelations, but a quiet harbor, a momentary respite from the encroaching darkness. It offered a space to simply exist, to breathe, to feel the warmth, to taste the tea, to observe the fleeting beauty of the present moment. Before it, too, dissolved into nothingness. Their solace was a testament to the enduring human capacity for finding beauty and peace, even in the most dire of circumstances, a quiet defiance of despair, a celebration of the simple act of being alive, however transient that existence might be. The silence of their contentment was as potent as the most fervent prayers, a testament to the profound peace found in surrender. And there, amidst the transient dramas of human farewells, sat the old man, the silent proprietor of this extraordinary tea house. His eyes, ancient and knowing, observed every interaction, every tear, every quiet smile. He was a silent sentinel, a guardian of these terminal narratives, a witness to the final, poignant acts of humanity. With a quill dipped in ink as dark as the future, he meticulously transcribed these stories, these fragile echoes of love and loss, of forgiveness and acceptance, onto parchment that seemed to defy the very notion of time. His movements were slow, deliberate, each stroke of the quill, a reverent act of preservation. He understood that these stories, though destined to vanish with the world, were not truly lost if they were recorded, if their essence was captured, even in the smallest, most ephemeral way. They were the final testament to humanity's enduring spirit, to its capacity for resilience, for love, for hope, even in the face of absolute annihilation. The tea house in its quiet dignity, and the old man in his silent devotion, became the final archive of a dying world, a repository of its most profound truths, its most cherished memories. He was not merely recording facts, but the very texture of human emotion, the nuances of the soul laid bare. Each character, each word, was imbued with the weight of impending finality, the bittersweet beauty of a story drawing to its ultimate close. The ink, drying on the page, seemed to shimmer with the collective essence of these lives, a silent testament to their fleeting yet profound existence. This act of writing, in its quiet solemnity, was itself a form of defiance, a small, persistent act of creation in the face of overwhelming dissolution. The tea house and its silent chronicler became the final, fragile repository of humanity's indelible spirit. The old man, with his quiet dignity and his unwavering focus, was not simply a recorder of history. He was a bridge between the fleeting present and the unknowable future, ensuring that even as the world ceased to be, its most profound stories, its most cherished memories, would transcend the physical realm and persist. In some ethereal form, his hands, gnarled with age, moved with a grace born of purpose, each line a testament to the enduring power of narrative, of the human need to make sense of, and to preserve the fleeting beauty of existence. In the quiet rhythm of his writing, the dying world found its final lyrical voice, its last lingering melody. He was the world's final scribe, etching its last breath onto the pages of eternity. a silent monument to the enduring power of human stories, even at the very end.